It's a new day in the workroom, and it's likely our last. We're down to the top 5, and one of us won't make it to the finale, but I know it won't be me. In every season I've competed, I've been a finalist, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. But this season, my determination is stronger than ever. I'm thankful for Raquel. Despite her speech, which had me a little worried and I thought I was going home, she did choose Ida's. Thankfully, we maintain mutual respect. SpongeBob, on the other hand, picked my lipstick. He was determined to send me home, despite assuring me during deliberation he would choose Ida's. In Untucked, he tried to hide his choice, but production being production told him to reveal his lipstick, and my name was revealed. That's behind me now. Today is a new day, and I won't let that happen again, not with just one challenge left. I'm curious about what it will be.
It's a new day and I am walking in with a win under my belt finally, and last week there was a little drama between myself and Bugs Bunny, but you know what, I'm over it and I hope Bugs is over it, because it's the last week of the competition, and it will be his last week here, so he may as well leave on good terms, haha. But I can't believe I've made it this far, and being here in the top 5 with my drag family, Thorn and Grim, it's amazing. Honestly, this was not the final 5 I thought when we all were here day 1, but in a way, I'm happy this is the top 5, and we all have a win. Yes, I might have the worst track record remaining, but that's why I will win this next challenge and solidify my spot in the finale next week.
The queens gather in the workroom, they congratulate Raquel and SpongeBob for the win in top 2, and they congratulate Bugs Bunny for surviving the elimination. They thank them. Bugs thanks Raquel once more for choosing Ida's lipstick. Raquel tells him she wouldn't send him home because he wouldn't have sent her home either. Bugs smiled and said at least someone values that. Then Bugs looks to SpongeBob, then smiled and said no hard feelings. SpongeBob confused asked Bugs does he forgive him about last week? Bugs tells him yes, because he's a professional, and that he understands this is a competition. SpongeBob relieved thanks Bugs.
Look, there's no point moping around crying woe is me. My lipstick got chosen. I do forgive him. If we were a little earlier in the competition and this happened, then yes, I'd be out for blood, but with 1 week left, there's no point. I just have to do what I do best, and that's slay a challenge.
Oh good, it looks like there won't be any drama just yet. I can't take another week of it. I just want a nice relaxing week, because I've never made it this far, neither have any member of the haunted house. We all deserve our place in the finale, so this final week is crucial, and I've been doing so well in the competition. I just don't want to fall at the last hurdle.
Thorn looking around the room and told the queens it's so empty right now and there were so many amazing queens this season. Grim chuckled, and said even Celia? The queens laughed. Thorn said yes, even Celia.
So I know she accused me of being the judge's favorite this entire season, but I can't deny the talent she has. She may be a bitch, but she's a talented bitch. She just can't keep her feelings to herself, otherwise she would still be here and maybe she might have still gotten that role on Broadway instead of Ida. Ha, but I'm so happy to be standing in this workroom in the top 5 with 2 wins. I was the only queen to have 2 wins recently, but then Raquel picked up a win last week and congrats to her. Honestly, she's come back from elimination and she's just demonstrated her talent. That's why I need to get competitive and hope she lands in the bottom and me once again in the top so I can send her home. Oh Thorn, that's not like you, but this late in the competition it's crucial.
Thorn told the queens that everyone in this cast could have been where they are right now because that's how talented they all were. Bugs chuckled and said everyone? Thorn nodded. Bugs said everyone except Lois Griffin. The queens all chuckled. Grim said that every time Lois has competed, she just gets worse and worse. Then looks to Bugs and said every time he's competed, he gets better and better. Bugs thanks Grim and said next station for him is the crown. Raquel agreed with Bugs and said it would be amazing to reach the finale again. Bugs nodded and Grim chuckled and said the haunted house couldn't relate. The queens all laugh.
Oh, to reach the finale once again is my goal right now. I cannot go home again. But since coming back I've been in the top and got my 2nd win, only queen other than Thorn to get 2 wins. And tonight I feel a 3rd coming my way. I've got my head screwed on, and the doll will not land in that bottom again. I do pray there is no last minute makeover challenge, because that challenge really got me on season 9, where I had an immunity potion to save me, but this time, there is no potion, otherwise I would have used it on that bag ball challenge, and Barbie would still be here. But I'm happy I got 20 Chanel handbags waiting for me when I return home with that crown.
Wow, yes, Grim is right, not one of the haunted house has ever made it to a finale, but this season that won't be the case. I will make sure the three of us are in that finale together and we will make history and become a triple crown family. Too much? Well, out of us all, I think I deserve that crown the most. The others are just lacking behind. Who am I kidding? I'm the one lacking behind. That changes this week.
Grim asks the queens, is this the top 5 they imagined on day 1? Raquel said no, and then said she thought it would be her, Bugs, Barbie, Grim and Ida.
No, this isn't the top 5 I would imagine on day 1. I said me. Well, because I'm me. Barbie, I knew what she could bring, and she had a great showing. It's shame things ended the way it did for her. Bugs Bunny, well, because he's Bugs Bunny, a drag legend, who devoured both of his original seasons and devouring this season. Grim, because well, the same as Bugs. Grim was doing so well on season 3, then he slipped at the ball and got eliminated. I said Ida, because I could see the potential in her, and she really showed it. I'm surprised to see Thorn in the top 5. I never thought she would be here. But I am happy she has proved me wrong. I slept on Thorn. I think we all did, to be honest.
Bugs then said this isn't the top 5 he imagined either. He thought it would be himself, Raquel, Barbie, Misty and Grim.
When I walked in with Lois Griffin together, this was not the top 5 I had imagined. I said me, Raquel and Grim because we all slayed our original seasons. Then I said Barbie because I felt like she would have determination to show that she is the self-proclaimed Sasha Colby of cartoon drag. But girl, like I keep saying, that's me, haha. And then Misty, she had the potential, like we had seen episode 1. But then she got in her head when Candace told her about Raquel's plan. Thorn has really surprised me. SpongeBob has just been coasting along, and I'm sure his time is up tonight.
Grim said yes, this is the exact top 5 he's seen on day 1. Thorn looks to Grim and thanks him. Bugs tells Thorn he really has enjoyed watching her blossom and slaying this season, and she truly surprised him. Thorn thanks Bugs. Raquel also agreed with Bugs and said that Thorn really surprised her and she doesn't even have to thank Daphne for anything, because Thorn has done this all on her own. She thanks them once again and said she really has done it on her own, unlike what a certain queen has to say. They all laugh.
You would think I'd be annoyed that they didn't see me in the top 5, but I'm not. I've proved to them why I deserve this spot, and that I was not the queen to sleep on, because I feel like they have. And hearing from both Raquel and Bugs that they also think I deserve my spot here, and it's not because of Daphne on that panel, it really fills my heart with joy. My top 5 I thought would have been is this very top 5 here. SpongeBob is questionable, but he's my season sister and I love him.
Thorn agreed with Grim and said this is the top 5 she imagined, and then SpongeBob said no, this is not the top 5 for him. He then said he thought would be himself, Thorn, Grim, Candace and Lois Griffin. And then laughs and said he's kidding, those two suck, and then said this is actually his top 5 here. Grim tells him Candace doesn't suck, she just didn't have a great lineup in challenges. Bugs chuckled and said to Grim, so Lois Griffin sucks? Grim said oh absolutely, and then tells Bugs she's hashtag bad drag queen, hashtag terrible drag queen. Bugs laughs and said, if you know you know. Raquel agreed with Grim and said Candace just had some bad luck with challenges this season. SpongeBob looks to her and said like you? Raquel asked him what does he mean by that. SpongeBob giggled and said he's just messing around. Then said to her, once upon a time, there was an ugly barnacle. He was so ugly that everyone died. The end. Raquel looks to Bugs and they both look confused.
Oh, I know he didn't just call me ugly. How dare he? Or is he joking? I just don't know with him these days. He's such a character. But to see that I made everyone's list of who they thought would be in the top 5 is amazing. I knew it from day 1, but I don't want to be top 5. I want to be the winner.
I had her. I could see how concerned she looked. That was a little story I was told by Patrick. I was going through a crisis with how I looked, but that's in the past. I know I'm beautiful now. I'm beautiful and I'm proud.
Hello, hello, hello!
Here comes RuPaul. This could be one of our last time seeing her. Well, actually that's not true. I mean, look at Bugs Bunny and Lois Griffin. 3rd time's the charm. Well, not for Lois, haha. I wonder what our last maxi challenge will be.
My all-stars, I am so proud of each and every one of you for making it this far, but for one of you tonight will be your last night in the competition. You have all shown me your charisma, uniqueness, nerve and talent all season long. This is your final maxi challenge, but I have a little surprise for you. Please welcome to the workroom.
Oh no, it's going to be a makeover challenge, isn't it? Ugh, I was having a fantastic day. Calm down, Raquel. We don't know just yet, remain calm.
Please welcome to the workroom. All stars 1, 2 and 3 champions. Roger, Daphne Blake and Mrs. Garrison.
Oh my, it's former All-Stars winners. Well, we see Daphne and Roger every week behind that judging panel. But seeing Mrs. Garrison, my season 3 sister, it's amazing. I was supposed to be on All-Stars 3 with her, but things happened, outfits were not ready in time, but that was her crown to win and this will be mine.
My All-Stars, for your final maxi challenge this week, I want you to write a sickening verse to my song, Super Queen, and come up with some sickening choreography. Roger, Daphne and Mrs. Garrison are here to give you some guidance, the do's and don'ts. Now good luck and don't fuck this up.
Now this is an amazing final challenge for me. I have to write a verse for Super Queen. Sweeties, I've written hundreds of verses for the Hex girls. This challenge is going to be mine to win. I will get that 3rd win and I will be in that finale. Plus, having some advice from previous winners will help us all, even if it's a little morale boost.
The queens gathered around as Roger expressed how amazing it was to see them all slay this season. Daphne agreed, acknowledging their impressive performances. Mrs. Garrison, with a chuckle, said that she had yet to be impressed since she hasn't been here the entire time, prompting laughter from the queens. Roger then reminded them that they had one more week left and for the final challenge, they would need to give their all in their verses. Daphne agreed and inquired whether any of them had previous experience with a remix challenge or writing verses, to which only Thorn and Bugs raised their hands.
Well, I knew Thorn had prior experience, but no one else? Really? Well, I'll tell you this, I've had 2 remix challenges, and I will also tell you this, I won both of them. I'm somewhat a lyrical genius. Maybe I should go into songwriting after Drag Race, haha.
Roger looking to Bugs and said yes, he remembers him winning the All-Stars 1 remix. Bugs chuckled and said yes, he didn't win the lip-sync, Leela did. Raquel scoffs at Leela's name being mentioned. Roger looking to Raquel asked, does she not like Leela? Mrs. Garrison laughed and said to Roger, that Raquel stole Leela's man. The queens all laughed. Raquel said yes, she did take her man and Roger took her crown. Roger laughs and said he sure did. Daphne brings back the focus to the challenge and then tells the queens she bottomed on her remix because she wrote about snatching the crown, and tells the queens do not include that in your verse if you want to win. Queens rarely get crowned if they so-called snatch the crown. They all laugh. Roger, Daphne and Mrs. Garrison continue giving the queens advice until production tells them it's time for them to go. They all say goodbye and Mrs. Garrison tells them she will see them later on the judging panel.
That was a great experience listening to the advice from former winners, and then Leela's name was mentioned. I just had to scoff at it. I know she's at home jealous because I took her man. Well, he's mine now, babe. You're at home with Bender. Anyway, it's a good thing Daphne mentioned not to write snatching the crown in our verses, because I was actually going to include it. But now I won't. I can't take any risks right now. It's too dangerous for me.
We have to write verses? Shouldn't be too difficult. Should I rap? Maybe a spoken word? Oh my god, what if I scream into the mic? No. Well, I guess I'll have to just gag it out and write this verse. What was that Daphne mentioned about snatching a crown? Should I include that? No? Oh, tartar sauce. I'll have to think of something else.
Raquel and Bugs begin to work on their lyrics. Raquel told Bugs she's so excited for this challenge she never got to do one on her season, and said she knows exactly what she's going to write about. Bugs said to her it's good she has a clear concept because he's a little stumped right now. Raquel looking to Bugs and told him the creativity will come to him, and for him to clear his mind and breathe. Bugs chuckled, thanked her, and said, is this one of Ida's breathing classes? They both laugh. Bugs then tells her he will eventually think of something because he has a remix reputation to keep. Raquel said to Bugs that he mentioned about winning the All-Stars 1 remix, but what about the season 4? Bugs smiled, and said he won that as well. Raquel applauds him and said he's going to be one of the ones to watch. Bugs nodded and said if he can think of some lyrics that is. They both laugh. Raquel tells Bugs they have to win this challenge because they can't have the whole haunted house in the finale. Bugs agreed and asked Raquel if they both are the top 2, which one are they sending home? Raquel said Thorn. Bugs said that's brave, but this challenge is her specialty, and then adds Thorn will be the queen to beat in this challenge. Raquel agreed and said he's got a point and then mentioned Grim. Bugs tells Raquel he wants to play a little fair, and he will go for SpongeBob. Raquel tells him well if they want to be in the top they better get writing some lyrics down. Bugs agreed and they began working on their verses.
I am very excited about this challenge. Writing a verse for a RuPaul song is everything. I wouldn't call myself a lyricist, but I've got a decent amount of words on my paper. Because I am determined to be in the top 2 again. I did ask Bugs who he would send home. He said he's playing fair. And that's okay, you do you, babe. I'm going for Thorn. But then Bugs said this is her speciality, and he's right. So I guess I'm going to have to go for maybe Grim. I don't know. But what I do know is I better crack on with these lyrics.
The haunted house are gathered together. Thorn is very excited about this challenge and said to Grim and SpongeBob she can feel a third win coming her way. Grim agreed and tells Thorn he's not much of a songwriter, he's never done anything like this, but he will try and make it work. Thorn looking to Grim tells him he just have to clear his mind and think of his happy place for some inspiration, because that's what she does when writing songs for the Hex Girls. Grim thanks her and said she should join him, and they both close their eyes and thinks of home. SpongeBob suddenly starts screaming.
Jesus Christ, what the hell is all that noise? I'm trying to think here. Damn, SpongeBob nearly gave me a darn heart attack. I was in my happy place. But I did manage to pick up a little bit of inspiration. I'll work off that. Thank you, Thorn, for your advice.
Oh my god, that scared me. Why is SpongeBob screaming? I lost my train of thought, but I have an idea what I want to write about. I just have to imagine I'm writing another hit for the Hex Girls. Dusk and Luna normally help with the songwriting, but I'm very confident in my abilities as not just a drag queen, but as a musician.
Grim said to SpongeBob, what is all that screaming? SpongeBob told them he's indecisive on how he wants to perform. Grim said that doesn't explain the screaming. SpongeBob said he's thinking of either rapping, doing a spoken word or screaming his lyrics. Thorn and Grim look to each other.
He wants to do screaming. SpongeBob's sister, no, that is not you. You have a beautiful singing voice. I need to try and convince him not to scream. Maybe if he wants to try something different he could do a spoken word, I guess.
Thorn said to SpongeBob that screaming might not be the best option. SpongeBob asked her how come. Thorn told him because of the microphones, they're not built for that much beautiful vocals. SpongeBob blushes and said, you think I have a beautiful vocal? Thorn nodded and said that if he screams he will damage his vocal cord. SpongeBob gasps and said, not my vocal cord. Grim nodded and said, yes, your vocal cord. SpongeBob said he will scrap screaming and maybe take a risk and go for spoken word. Grim said this far into the competition is not the best time to take a risk. SpongeBob said he wants to. Grim said that's completely up to SpongeBob and wishes him well, and told them he has to get back to his lyrics now he has some inspiration. SpongeBob said he's done with his lyrics.
He's done, already? I'm looking over to his notepad and it's like the same with the roast, it's 10 pages at least. He has to edit it down, but I can't keep reminding him. But I have to because he's my drag daughter and I want us all in that finale. We've come a long way since our seasons and we have showcased what we can do and I don't want us missing out on that finale.
Thorn and Grim both looked to each other. Grim said to SpongeBob, you're done? SpongeBob said yes and that he has 15 pages of lyrics. Grim tells him it's only a verse, not a whole song, and that he needs to edit it down. SpongeBob screams and starts panicking, then said to Grim he thought we were writing the whole song. Thorn said no, just a verse. SpongeBob screams once more and said no distractions and starts to go through his notebook.
Well, I think I might have misheard RuPaul. I thought we were writing the whole song. I feel like such an idiot right now. But at least I have a lot of material to go over and edit down. Come on, SpongeBob, I think I heard Candace say this once. What would Ashley Tisdale do? I don't know because I don't know who Ashley Tisdale is.
Raquel and Bugs Bunny slayed the challenge.
Wow, that challenge was amazing. To perform in a remix once again, and slay once again, I honestly see myself in the top. To be honest, we all did pretty well. There wasn't a queen that did bad, and that just shows how much everyone wants this and how much it means to us all.
Thorn had a great performance.
That was amazing. Being able to perform a verse that I wrote in front of RuPaul just means so much to me. Usually I sing live, not lip sync any of my performances, but I still turned it out and gave them a great time.
Grim and SpongeBob had a good performance.
Phew, even in the situation I was in, I still managed to give the judges a good performance. Now I hope I can deliver on this runway, because my runway, oh my god, it's the best I've ever looked. It's stunning. When Gia Gunn asks where's the glamour, she will show them a photo of me in this outfit, and say there is the glamour.
On the runway, category is Best Drag. All of the queens slayed the runway.
I walked the runway in one of my most prestigious gowns and I was saving this for the Grammys, but tonight is the night for it. And we all looked amazing tonight. We all served up some best drag.
I looked absolutely stunning tonight, the best I've looked in years, and to be honest everyone did serve up some glamour tonight. I think we all made RuPaul proud. I've loved being back here after being away for so long, and I wouldn't change anything. I've met some amazing queens and sisters for life. Well, I've gained 2 drag children. I never imagined I would've. I wanted to come in and be the bitch of the season. But that was Celia's role, haha.
Welcome to the main stage of Cartoon Drag Race All-Stars 4. Let me introduce you to tonight's judging panel. Up first, he is one of our resident judges, All-Stars 1 champion and drag race icon, he's Roger. Up next, she is another resident judge, All-Stars 2 champion and lip-sync assassin, she's Daphne Blake. And our extra special guest judge, All-Stars 3 champion and drag icon, she is the hilarious Mrs. Garrison. Welcome, darling. Tonight we asked our queens to write a verse for my song, Super Queen, and we asked them to serve up some best drag on the runway. Now racers, start your engines and may the best drag queen win. Now let the final judging of All-Stars 4 commence. Raquel, Bugs Bunny, congratulations, you are the top 2 of the week and will be moving on to next week's grand finale.
Oh my god, yes, I did it. I've made it to a finale once again, and I may have been eliminated, but I've come back a stronger queen than ever. I now have 3 wins. Thank you so much, RuPaul. And I get to lip sync against Bugs Bunny. That's honestly amazing. We will have the chance to send the haunted house home.
I am so happy. Not only have I maintained my reputation as now a 3-time Roomix Challenge winner, but I am now a 3-time finalist. Every season I've competed on, I've made it to the finale. Thank you so much, RuPaul, and I look forward to lip syncing against Raquel tonight.
Thorn, congratulations, you are safe and will also be moving on to next week's grand finale.
I can't believe it, I'm a finalist, me, Thorn from season 5. I am so filled with joy right now. This has been honestly the best experience in my life. I've loved every minute being here. It does suck not being in the top 2 for this challenge. This was my specialty, but I'm a finalist, so I don't really care about that right now. Thank you, RuPaul.
SpongeBob and Grim, I'm sorry my dears, but you are both up for elimination. Now whilst you go plead your cases to the top All-Stars, the judges and I will be prank calling Mr. Smithers. You may leave the stage.
Raquel, congratulations, 3 wins, that's amazing. I told you and the other queens when you returned to the competition, you were going to be very tough, and you have proved me right. I am fighting for my spot here. Raquel, I really hope for a fair shot tonight. It's obvious SpongeBob has the worst track record amongst us all, and I really have the fire and passion it takes to stay. This is my first time in this situation this entire season, and this is his 3rd. I can only hope you will play fair tonight, because don't you want to beat the best in the finale? Thank you, Raquel, for listening.
Oh, thanks, Grim. It means a lot. You did tell the queens I was going to be tough competition when I returned, and you were correct. 3 wins now. But Grim, you have also been big competition this season. Even though you have 1 win, you have many other high placements. Not a placement below safe until now. I'm a little torn right now because I could choose your lipstick and make chances at winning the crown even greater, or I could just chop the weaker queen. But Grim, I've loved competing alongside such a force like yourself this season.
Bugs, congratulations. It's great to see you in the top again, and the last time we were in this situation you chose Lois's lipstick, and I thank you for that. But this time I pray to you not to choose my lipstick. I know I might have chosen yours last week, but don't be a Lois Griffin. You're a star, Bugs. You reach for those stars.
SpongeBob, I am going to cut you off there, and just know I won't be choosing your lipstick tonight. Even though you had mine last week, I need to cut off the biggest threat to my crowning, and that's Grim.
Raquel, congratulations, sweetie. I knew you would be in this spot again. It must be a doll thing. You know we're the dolls around here, and the dolls must stick together. I have so much more potential than Grim. Please, Raquel, I need you to see that. I know this is my 3rd time here, but I really want to be in that finale. You've been there now twice. I want to be there at least once, and choosing me will help you win this competition. because Grim is the bigger threat than I am.
Thank you, SpongeBob. The dolls are the dolls after all, and you are right, choosing Grim's lipstick would help me out a lot, because I'm sorry, SpongeBob, but I don't see you winning this competition, but I do see Grim. Oh, I have a lot of thinking to do.
Bugs, congratulations, honestly that verse was outstanding, and a 3-time Rumix winner. I'm very happy for you. I do however have to fight for my survival here.
Grim, I'm so sorry to cut you off, but I do want you to know I did tell SpongeBob I am choosing your lipstick. But Grim, do not worry at all, because I am not choosing your lipstick tonight. I will indeed be choosing SpongeBob's, mainly because the way he acted last week in Untucked and trying to shade me in the workroom the other week. You deserve to be in the finale over him, Grim, and I will slay that lip sync to save you, because I don't know about Raquel, what she plans on doing.
2 top all-stars stand before me. Ladies, the time has come. Would you lip sync for your legacy?
Well, I think I'm totally safe tonight. Bugs told me he's choosing Grim. I think I've played with Raquel's mind and got her to choose Grim's lipstick. Mother Grim, I am so sorry, but I was fighting for my life, and I love you so much. Hashtag Team Haunted House.
Oh man, this is going to be very interesting. Bugs told me he's choosing SpongeBob's lipstick and I have full trust in Bugs. He doesn't give me liar vibes, he's a drag legend and I just have a feeling. But Raquel, I really don't know, she could cut me and give herself more of an advantage in that finale. I'm a little scared tonight, she's a fierce lip syncer.
The lip sync song is Dancing Queen by ABBA. Both Raquel and Bugs Bunny slayed the lip sync. Raquel.
You're a winner, baby.
Bugs Bunny.
You are also a winner, baby. With great power comes great responsibility.
Bugs Bunny.
Which queen have you chosen to get the chop?
Both of these queens are fierce, and I have to end one of their dreams tonight, but I have made my decision. RuPaul, the queen I am giving the chop tonight is SpongeBob.
Raquel.
Which queen have you chosen to get the chop?
This decision was a little tough for me. I was in a debate to chop one of my biggest competition, or chop someone who's been in the bottom 3 times. But RuPaul, I have made my choice, and I have decided to chop. Also SpongeBob.
As it is written, so it shall be done.
SpongeBob.
You are an all-star. Now, sashay away.
Thank you all so much. I leave here with my head held high. I love you all. Hashtag Team Haunted House. Hashtag milk and cookies.
So I want to hear from our super fans. Who do you think deserves the crown?
Are you Team Bugs Bunny, Team Grim, Team Raquel, or Team Thorn? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you do not miss the grand finale. Now let's go untuck.
This is Untucked.
The queens all celebrate their place in the finale. They congratulate both Raquel and Bugs Bunny for their win, and they congratulate Grim for surviving the elimination. They thank them. Grim looks to both Raquel and Bugs and said he thanks them so much. Raquel said she did want to beat the best and she was just playing some mind games with Grim. Grim laughs and said thank you, they did have him worried. Grim also thanks Bugs for being honest with him and he respects him a lot. They both hug. Raquel and Thorn tell them they want in on this hug and then they all have a group hug. Bugs tells them it's going to be so amazing being in the finale for a 3rd time. Grim said, and for a 3rd time you want win. They all laugh. Thorn tells them all she's had the best experience being here and said she's going to miss the cast. Grim chuckled and before he could finish, Thorn said no, not that bitch. They all laugh. Just as they're celebrating, Roger, Daphne and Mrs. Garrison all join the queens. Roger tells them he's so proud of each and every one of them, and he can see all of them winning this crown. Daphne agreed and said that she's so proud of them all and then looks to Thorn and tells her she's the most proud of her. She's made it to the finale on her own and not because of favoritism. Mrs. Garrison said that when she found out who was on the cast, this was the top 4 she imagined being here. They thank them, they all continue chatting and bonding and they all toast. May the best drag queen win.
Hey, squirrel friend. When one video ends, just open up another one. It's called binge viewing. Go ahead. I support you.